What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to bring you another vacuum that's in my collection, and as you guessed it, it's another Hoover Elite. Now, some people are probably looking at this and thinking, wait, haven't you already made another video on this same vacuum? Well, that is true. What I have here is my custom built Hoover Elite 350 model U4463-9 that I did make a video on it a while back when I got it. But now, as you will notice, there are some subtle differences to this, which I will get into later in the video. So when I got this vacuum, it was originally from a trip to Austin, Texas, that I got for only 20 bucks on OfferUp. And I also picked up another Hoover Elite 350 that I will also make a video. But that is the vacuum that I am restoring to original condition. This one is going to be the one I'm going to customize and have fun with. This is the one that has the later style side zip outer bag, which this one normally would have came with a slide top bag. And this is from that other Elite that I'm restoring to original condition. I felt like it kind of fit this vacuum a little bit better. But let's go ahead and give a walkthrough of the cleaner, and I'll talk about some of the things I've done to it to get it to where it is now. And yeah, like I said, it's got the outer bag, actually the whole base with the outer bag from the other cleaner, which I have converted the other one back to its original slide top bag, and I put that one on this. I like how it says in bold letters Hoover Energy Efficient Power on the front of the outer bag. To me, it looks a little bit better than the one that says Elite Soft and Light, where on the hood it says Elite 350. That was a little bit of an inconsistent thing. So yeah, this kind of looks a lot better. Besides, the older original outer bag would have said Hoover Topville bag and have no labels on the outer bag. They would all be on the hood. So yeah, I think this one fit a little bit better. To get access to the bag on these, you have a little zipper on the side, which on these later style bags, they are on the left instead of the right, like they normally would have came with back then. They did this to basically for convenience to get access to the tools, or at least to enter, so the zipper won't be in the way of the tools. So Hoover moved this to the left to get access to the bag that way, and you still have your tools over here. But anyway, inside you do have a Hoover Type A HEPA bag. This is a generic bag. It definitely filters a lot better than even the paper bags do. And I definitely say go the extra mile, find some HEPA cloth bags in Type A configuration. You can run Ys, but they're not as large as the A's. And the nice thing with these side zip bag models, they do come with a stair cleaning handle, so you can hold on the end here to use to clean uncarpeted stairs. Now, this hood is a little bit worse for wear and definitely is quite sun faded in most areas. I'm hoping I could polish this out, but I didn't have the time to do it before I threw on this video. So you will notice the bumper on this is actually black instead of gray. The reason why is this actually didn't have a bumper when I got it. So I just threw on this bumper that I actually got from a later style 90s Elite that came with a black bumper. But I got this off a model that actually came with the port for onboard tools. Little did I know that it doesn't fit entirely right. As you can see, there's a tiny little white notch right here, so the bumper doesn't sit flush. But it still fits on just fine, and in my opinion, it's better than having no bumper at all. But with that, I also put in this black carpet height knob because A, that is all that's available now, and it was missing its carpet height knob. So I just threw this on because I think it kind of matches the black bumper. It even makes the letters on the hood pop. You have the Hoover Elite 350 lettering on the front there, prominent Hoover symbol right there. And you have your quote-unquote 2-level automatic height adjustment. The reason why I say quote-unquote is there's actually a secret middle notch right there. So technically you have 3-level carpet height adjustments instead of just 2. It also does have edge cleaning on both sides. And I'll go ahead and flip this thing underneath to show you the underside. Here is the brush roll that came with this. Another thing that I pulled out of the other Elite 350, and I'm putting an original brush roll into it. This one, in my opinion, cleans a little bit better than the Cleveland Wood Products replacement brush roll. Not that that's a bad brush roll, it just doesn't have that original cleaning feel than these genuine rollers would. And some Hoover owners may side with me on this, but here's the brush roll I'm running in it. And it does have a full length of bristles. But unfortunately, since this particular brush roll was designed for the ones with the 4-cage sole plate to have full length of bristles, this one has only the single bar right here that these bristles kind of grind into, and you lose bristles that way, but it's not too big of a deal. At least you still have the rest of the bristles to have excellent carpet cleaning performance. The one thing I do like about these older Elites that have the single bar faceplate and not the 3-bar that they would have later came out with, this leaves much better carpet lines in my opinion. So that's really nice. And let me flip it on its back to show you the model number. Hoover Cleaner model U4463-9, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 5 amps. Well, there is a story behind the motor on this. When I went to rebuild the motor, unfortunately, a tragic thing happened where the armature got damaged in the rebuilding process. One of the bearings that I tried to free off was so stuck on there, I ended up taking a hammer, and I must have blowed too hard, that it wound up damaging the armature. We all learn from our mistakes, but luckily I had another motor laying around as a rebuildable core, so I stuck that in here. So technically, even though it still has its original motor casing, this was actually motor swapped. Which the motor that's in this is a motor that was actually the original motor from my Hoover Legacy 2. Which that motor draws 8 amps instead of 5 amps. So yeah, since it's a higher amperage model, it's not going to be as quiet as the 5 or 6 amp motors would, but at least the 7 or 8 amps do get a little bit better cleaning performance with that. So yeah, it now has an 8 amp motor now, but it's got bag type A. There is the belt number here, 38528-027. Now known as 38528-040. That's the newer part number for these. They are the same belt. And the serial date on this, if anyone who doesn't know how to serial date these old Hoovers, the first 2 digits decode the month, third and fourth one decodes the year. So this was made in 03 of 91, so it was made in March of 1991 for the Hoover Cleaner of North Canton, Ohio. For household use only, made in the USA. That is one thing I love about these old Hoovers, is that they're all American made. You will never see anything that was sold this cheap that's sold for that much money these days. Mexico if you're lucky, but everything is being outsourced to China these days to cut costs. And here's the cord that came with it. This is its original style cord that is white, that does complement the hood of the cleaner just nice. Well, it would do a little bit better if the hood looked white instead of this sun-faded cream color. But here's what the plug-in looks like. It is in good condition. So now let's go ahead and plug this thing in. And now I will go ahead and turn this thing on and give you a demo of it running. Now, typical Elite fashion, especially since this was motor swapped with a later style 7-amp motor. Well, actually, it's 8 amps. Well, according to the label tag of the motor, I pulled it off. But this is a little bit louder than it traditionally would be. So, headphone users, I advise turning down your volume. But also one more thing. Here is the power switch on the cleaner. It's the Hoover's Elite Fair side-mounted rocker switch. That's actually a plastic rod that runs down into where a main rocker switch in the valley of the motor would be. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on, and you can hear it in all its screaming, overly loud Hoover glory. runs very smooth. Definitely is a little bit more noisy than it would with the original motor, but it makes up for it for having a lot more airflow and cleaning performance. So before I end the video, I will go ahead and show you the way these old style Elites got tools back then. That is through this special attachment converter that attaches on the underside of the cleaner. So it mounts on the bottom like so. This thing up. And this is how you get onboard tools back then. Now, since this vacuum is direct air, don't expect miracle suction out of this. But even though this has a higher output motor, it should definitely make up for that. See, it's got the twist and lock right up here. And one cool thing about these, you can actually run canister style attachments on them. They will fit just like any attachments would back then. Alright, let's go ahead and detach the converter from the bottom. And there you have it. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this updated video on my custom-built Hoover Elite 350, now with a high-performance motor. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.